We're actually live. Awesome. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it a few minutes to actually render to you all, but you are here at Winning Women Network Hangout Sunday night, June 29th. I'm so excited tonight because I have brought out what I like to say, I brought out the big guns tonight, okay? At least some of them. Let me just preface that and say I have some of them because I know there's more women that I probably don't even know that are making a killing, inside this company. And I don't even know who they are because that's just the way it is. Recruiting is optional over here. But welcome to Winning Women Network. Tonight I'm Keisha Bass. I'm so honored to be here, honored to just, have such an amazing panel of women with me here tonight. Actually, we have an amazing host, okay? So you have not been on a hangout and have been with Valerie Mason, our host tonight. I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. But listen, you all, I just want to preface this and say that, results may vary, okay? So there'll be some incomes that will be disclosed tonight, okay? Because all the women that are here, we've earned at least $10,000 or more, whether we did it on the affiliate side, whether we did it on the e-commerce side. Some people have done a combination of both of them, but I just want you to know that your individual results will vary, but I can guarantee you this, okay? I'm going to guarantee you this. If you don't get started, you won't have any results, okay? Now, that's a guarantee. That's a promise. I can take it to the bank and cash it because I know that to be true. But for those of you who actually get started, I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away by what you're able to achieve just by getting started and just plugging into an amazing community that will actually, help push you along, cheer you along and all that good stuff. So, guys, I want to just take this opportunity to welcome you. I'm going to turn this over, actually, to our amazing host for tonight. If I had a drum roll and all that kind of stuff, then I would do a drum roll and everything because she's coming all the way from New York, okay? I don't know if she's in New York City or what part of New York. But anyways, all I know is my girl's in New York. All I know is she's amazing. She's fabulous. She's got her pink on tonight because, you know what? Can you guys see that? Winning Women Network. Okay, we roll with the pink, okay? We roll with the pink, baby, okay? So, Valerie, hey. Anyway.
Okay, who did the drum roll? That was awesome.
Okay. Awesome.
Hey, everybody. My name is Valerie Mason, and thank you so much, Keisha. Keisha has become like my partner in e-commerce, and when we first started, we just went for it. We took no holds barred. We make no excuses, and we just got to work, and it's been such a pleasure getting to know her, and thank you for letting me host tonight's Winning Women Network. Tonight we have an amazing host of women, and you are going to watch and hear stories that are making you going to go, what? And these stories are true. They're from the heart. These women are not paid to be here. They're simply here to share their stories and what has helped them have it all. Because as women, we're told you can't have it all. But let me tell you something. These women are. They have it all in their businesses, their families, and their lives. And you need to hear their stories. So I'm going to tell a little bit about my story. Before I joined DS Domination, I was always searching for some sort of business, something that was easy and simple and I can do from home. But I always joined these businesses that just didn't quite work for me. I was a believer in every opportunity that I joined, but I was never an achiever. I struggled. No matter what I did, whether I did home parties, whether I did online stores, I couldn't get it right. And it wasn't until after I joined DS Domination that I became an achiever. I started to achieve things in my business and in my life that I never thought possible. As you're going to hear, results will vary. This is an income disclaimer. This is not to say that you can't make this or that you will make this because we don't know your work ethic. But this is just to show you what is possible when you put in the time and the effort. And within my first month in DS Domination, I was able to make $3,000 completely online. And now I no longer live paycheck to paycheck. I have a savings account. I travel. And now I make more money with my business month to month than I do with my full-time job. And I'm a full-time legal secretary in New York City for the last almost 20 years. And that's some significant income. So that's my story tonight. And I'm going to move on to interview one of these amazing women. And I have to talk right now to Becky because Becky has been crushing it And a lot of people seem to believe that unless you are recruiting and being a sponsor and a leader or a mentor, that's the only way you can make money. But Becky has a story to share that you must hear to understand that's completely a myth. So Becky, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can definitely hear you, Becky. Becky, tell us, what is your story? Tell us, what was life before and then after DS Domination?
Awesome. Thanks, Valerie. Well, before DS Domination, I always believe in the network marketing field, and I've been with a few companies, and everyone was like, oh gosh, you're chasing a pie in the sky, and I was like, no, I really believe this works, and I know it works. So when I started with DS Domination, I guess my husband always supported me, but he was like, okay, Becky, and then he saw Roger's video, and he's like, oh my gosh, Becky, that is brilliant. So to have my husband from day number one to be on my side was just amazing for me. When I first signed up, I saw the video on one of my Facebook friends' page. She didn't know I watched it. I just kind of lurked around and watched it and did my research on my own. And then after I watched it, I sent her a message and say, hey, I'm interested, and I signed up. And that is the best $20 that I've ever spent in my life. I have made that many, many, many times over. So I'm just going to be the first one on this panel to tell you, push the button below, because this is life-changing. So my story, in Easter, I was sick. I didn't go to church, and I was just looking around using Roger's method, and I found an item. And I put the item, a little bottle, and I put the little bottle on Amazon, and in May I had $35,000 in sales, and in June right now I have $66,501.86 so far in June. So I'm hoping to double from May my sales on one product on Amazon. And I do have a team, but this money is from not recruiting, from one product on Amazon. And as you know, there are billions of products, so push the button below.
Okay, Becky, so I need to get this straight. So April, $35,000 in sales. And June, 66.
Yes.
And did you ever sell online before you got into DS Domination?
Never. Actually, I remember watching these 10K hangouts when I first signed up with DS Domination. I was like, oh, those ladies are crazy. They're not telling the truth. But guys, I'm here. I'm honest. I'm telling you it's the truth. And I mean, just last week I made $4,000 profit. And so, I mean, that's life-changing money for my family and my two boys and my husband. Now, I do have a full-time job. I love it. I'm not looking to leave. I've been in the water and wastewater industry for over 18 years, and I always say we're number one in the number two business.
Oh my goodness, so $4,000 in profit last week alone. How has this changed your life, Becky? I mean, that's an extraordinary amount of money. How has it changed your life?
I've only bought one thing. I bought a Mac, which I'm trying to figure out. So I'm now a Mac person, but that's the only thing I've actually spent my money on. I've been just saving it.
Good for you. So now you're saving all this money. Have you ever been in a position, a business like this before where you've achieved this sort of success?
Absolutely not. I have had success in other businesses, but nothing like this one. And to do it all without recruiting one single person, it's like, I cannot guarantee you that you will reach what I have reached. But I do know that if you give it a try, that if you at least spend your $20, you'll have a chance of sitting here and being on the Winning Women Network. And at least, I started on January 12th, so I've only been in DS Domination for 6 months. So
Not even 6 months. Not even
6 months.
Before you go, Becky, if there was one tip you could give to everyone out there, what would it be?
Well, I'd have many tips, but I guess my my favorite one would be, let's see. My favorite tip would be to do your research and then be sure to keep an open mind and not just pick products that you think other people would want to purchase, but follow the system because the system works.
Thank you, Becky. I really appreciate you. Every time I see you online, you are just absolutely crushing it. And I think I met you in Vegas. I think I met all of you in Vegas. No, I didn't meet one of you. And I remember meeting you in Vegas, and I knew you immediately, and I was like, girl, keep rocking. So, again, keep rocking. So awesome to have you here. A pleasure. I'm going to move on here. Who am I going to go? Oh, I know who I want. I want the amazing Jennifer Glidden to share her story. Jennifer Glidden is just the sweetest woman. She shares everything. She shares her heart. She shares her story. She shares her tips. And she has this amazing smile that just pulls you in. And I just wanted to speak to Jen and have her share her story. She had her son on here, and we were waving at him, and we are truly like a family here, and it's really a blessing to have you on the panel tonight. Jen, how are you?
Oh, thanks, Val. I am doing awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I want to thank Keisha. She had this idea, and I think it's a great one. We just have an incredible panel tonight, and I'm thrilled to be here. So a little bit about my story. I had been struggling online for a while. I did some other businesses before that, some real estate, photography, but was really focusing online, and I knew that the potential was there, but I couldn't get there. So I signed up for 1995. I got started, and that was really one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Kind of like Becky. That $20 when I clicked the button and made the decision to get started. And so I jumped in, I went through the videos, I listed some items. I had my first eBay sale in 24 hours. And that blew me away. That got me excited. That got my husband on board. He was amazed that something had already resulted in profit. So I just started running with that, and my first month I made $1,000, the next month $2,000, the next month $4,000, and then I hit a $10,000 month after 5 months, which, you know, most people may never make $10,000 in a month, and, you know, people take out huge school, and they're paying those loans off for decades. Yes. And they'll never make $10,000 a month, you know. So this business that we have here is absolutely amazing. Now, I do work the eBay and the Amazon side, and I also am an affiliate. So I am making income from both sides of the business, but the beauty of this business is the multiple income streams. And another beauty of this business is the amazing people that we have here come here, they get to work, and they start making money. I have so many people on my team who are making money. I mean, one lady just yesterday was telling me how she was $4 short of her goal for $1,000 this month in June, and you know the month isn't over yet, so she had still 2 days left. But you know, I was just listening to something, and the statistics for the home business industry. I want to share this with you guys because it's really important to understand how different DS Domination is. So the statistics for the home business industry say that 0.1% of people are making over $400 a month. And if you look in DS Domination, our results are very different from that. I mean, I don't know specifically what they are, but I know that a lot more than 0.1% of people are making over $400 a month. In the home business industry altogether, 73% of people are making nothing. Nothing. And that is not the case here. So we have incredible results. This business is absolutely amazing, and I just am so thankful. So thanks, Val.
My goodness, Jen, thank you so much, especially for those statistics. I think it's really important to understand how we are set apart from so many other opportunities out there, where you have an opportunity, if you want to have the quote-unquote multiple streams of income, it's here. Jen, you said that you work both sides of the business. Is there is there one side that you work more than the other? And if so, why?
Well, my time is more on the affiliate side, and I think about 60% of my income is on the affiliate side, although that's gone up some. But especially selling on Amazon takes less time than eBay. So I've really done a lot with the Monopoly product, and now I'm working on doing a lot more with the Genesis product. The Genesis product really allows us to scale our business and leverage, I mean, best world-class resources. So the sky is the limit as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Becky's story is absolutely amazing. It is an incredible example of, and that was just from Monopoly. So, I mean, it's amazing. What we have here is absolutely amazing.
And I think there's one thing everybody should know is that you have an opportunity to work a couple of different ways with DS Domination. One, you have the eBay side, which is where everyone starts, is where you get your feet wet. And then you can move on to other areas such as the affiliate side, or you can move on to Amazon. So you have like a wealth of opportunity here in one business platform. So thank you so much, Jen, for being with us tonight. Such a pleasure to always talk to you. Another amazing leader on the team doing excellent things, and we'll be seeing more of her as usual. I'm going to move over here to, is that Miss Jolly over there? Is Miss Jolly here with us today? Adrian, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me, Valerie?
Yes, I can. I love your new do, I must say. Adrian, it's so wonderful to see you. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet you in Vegas, but there's going to be another event. I know it. But besides that, Adrian, I remember when you got on the count. Well, I got on the counts, I believe, after. But I remember there was a point in your business that you made a decision and things changed. But I really want you to share your story about how you got into DSD and where you're at right now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I started in DSD pretty much in November or so. I was an ex-nursing student. I was burnt out on the home-based business industry. I started out in direct sales and network marketing 25 years ago while I was working full-time in banking. I was building a career in banking operations. And over that time, life happened. Ended up being a single parent, 2 kids, in and out of college. Had some success, some failures in the direct marketing industry. And then I started online in 2012. Was in a couple of companies, just did not make any money at all. So I was done. I went back to work. So I got a job, totally hated it. And so then, I started with DS Domination because I was helping out my mentor and my sponsor because he was doing big things in it. And I was like, well, okay, I'm going to try it out. So I was watching. At first, I was like, eBay, I don't know. I don't know about this. But then, I kept seeing his results. And I was like, OMG, something's going on here. There's something going on here. I've got to figure it out. So got started. I really kind of leaned on the affiliate side. Really started rocking and rolling probably around December, and my income, I just kept watching my affiliate income double and double and double, and I was like, oh my goodness. So it has just been amazing. One thing that happened, I was able to leave my job. Unfortunately, my mom, she kind of got sick, and I wanted to stay home with her, and I was saying, well, I have to leave, I got to go, and they looked at me like, you can't leave, and you want to bet I'm leaving. And I did not look back. I left, and it was supposed to be temporary, but it ended up being a permanent situation, which is awesome because, who can say that, you're going to leave a full-time job just to do the thing that you love to do full-time? So it has been an amazing experience. Love DS Domination. Absolutely love the Unit of Prosperity team. It has been a blessing for my family.
Wow, Adrian, that's wonderful. I just want to say one thing. You're going to hear these stories tonight that are just totally going to blow your way, and they're going to inspire you to do better in your life and for yourself and for your family. You don't have to wait until the end of this hangout to get started. There are 2 buttons below this video. One that says join our team and the other that says get more info. You are getting the info right here. The only button you need to click is to join our team. There is no way you're going to get anywhere near the successes you hear on this panel unless you are with us in the Unit of Prosperity. And Adrian, I had a question for you. You're able to stay home with your mom. Would you have been able to do this before DS Domination, or would you have to just somehow find a way to just get your mother the help that she needed?
Well, I mean, it was just like, sudden, and I was working a job, so you know how jobs can be. You have to do things on their terms. You can't do it on your own terms. Just like they were looking at me like I was not going to leave to go see about my mother. So, but it has been amazing. I would not have been able to answer your question, I would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for DS Domination. Not at all.
Wow. So you quit your job. You're there for your mom. Life must feel a lot better. How is your mom doing? Has it been everything you thought it would be, being home with your mom and being able to take care of her?
She is doing fabulously. She was having some experiences. Ended up, she just had kind of like a high blood pressure type of thing, but I wanted to be here with her, and that is the key. The US Domination gave me the freedom to do that. So, but she's doing amazing. Thank you for asking.
I am so glad to hear that. And this is one thing that a lot of people don't think about when we talk about businesses and we talk about income and the things that you can do, which is that the effect it has on your family. There are so many of us who work jobs and who have children and elderly parents and whatever it may be, and you're in a position where you can't do what you need to do. And here is a solution for you. Here is something to help stretch your budget. Here is something to give you peace of mind. Here is something that you can take and make it your own and do what you need to do, whether it's just to make extra money to pay for bills, whether it's just to send your kids off to school, to stay home with your family, to travel, to save for retirement. It doesn't matter what it's for, because every little dollar that you make in this business goes to something that can help you and your family, and that's what this is all about. And I hope you understand that these stories are a cumulative effort that everyone has helped to do. I mean, they have the tools at hand, they have the videos, but we also have the team dynamic where we're always helping each other, we're always giving tips and tricks, and if it wasn't for the team dynamic, a lot of us would not be where we are. So this isn't just you jump in, you're on your own. You have a huge team of over 12,000 people in our Facebook group to encourage you and to push you on and to be there to answer your questions. So you're never alone here. You just have to get started. So thank you so much, Adrienne. I really appreciate it. Congrats again on quitting that job and being able to stay home with your family. I know so many people who wish they could do that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Who are we going to get next? Oh, I think I know who I want next. All right, I'm going to call on Miss Nikki over here, because Nikki has a story that if you thought Becky's story was like, what? You're going to hear Nikki's story and go, stop lying. But let me tell you something. Nikki is a dynamic woman. Nikki doesn't take any shorts, okay? She goes out. She learned about this training, and then she talking about running with it. She's crushing it, okay? And she's crushing it on the e-commerce side. So again, I want you to understand that this isn't always about recruiting. This isn't always about building a team. This is about having the opportunity to build a skill, create a skill that can keep paying for the rest of your life. So I'm going to go over here to Nikki, and I believe I met Nikki in Vegas. Yes, I did. I met Nikki in Vegas. Such a wonderful spirit. And Nikki, you have got to share what you've been up to since you left Las Vegas, because that stuff is information that people desperately need to hear. Nikki, please, just tell your story, girl, please.
Thank you. A little bit about me. My before DSD, I was a military contractor. I was a civilian overseas 10 years. I traveled a lot. You know, I had a really nice 6-figure income. But, you know, I was living my life in little spurts of 3 to 4 weeks, you know, every 4 to 5 months, because that's the only time I was able to come home and, you know, experience my family and be a normal person. Anytime past that, I was in my desk in Iraq, you know, and that's not the life that I wanted to live. You know, I didn't go to school to sit in a little cubicle, or I didn't go to, well, I mean, I did. I'm an accountant, but I didn't need to go, you know, spend my entire life, my entire adult life so far overseas, where, you know, I'm limited to what I could do. It's dangerous and stuff like that. You know, on top of all of that, I didn't get to see my family. You know, I couldn't make a family. You know, it's kind of hard when you're over there. And,
Right.
you know, my husband as well, I met him in Iraq. And, you know, we literally did one of those things when you got married and you went right back to work. We've been married for years now, and I still haven't gone on my honeymoon. No, DSD will send me on my honeymoon soon, believe me. But that's what I came from. And when I finally left that job, you know, I left on my own free will, and you know, they asked me to come back, and I've gotten a few offers here and there. But you know, I started DSD at the end of December, and you know, it hit me off the bat that I don't need them. You know, that nice paycheck was nice, but what I had to give up to get that paycheck was not worth it. You know, and dealing with DS Domination, I'm able to match and better that paycheck with very little. I don't want to say very little effort because I work my butt off in DSD, but you know, you can duplicate your salary with work, but the work that we're doing is different. It's fun. You know, I love to shop. I mean, are you kidding me? Who doesn't love to shop? You know, I will go and tear up a store. You know, give me a couple of carts. The last time we left the store 2 days ago, we literally, and I'm not joking, we walked out of there with 4 carts full of stuff. And I mean, where else can you shop for money? You know, we're not shopping for stuff for the house. We are literally shopping for dollar signs. I don't even look at products anymore as, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute to put in my house, in my living room. No, I'm looking like that is going to so sell. And if you just don't grab all those and put them in my cart, you're nuts. And I'm looking for another store to go find. You know, I'm on my phone Googling, so, you know, where's the next one? Where's the next closest store so I can go clear them out too, you know, or look online, wipe them out online too.
Nikki, got a question, because I'm sure people are like, what is she talking about? You're going into stores and you're buying things, and then what are you doing? Like, explain this process that you're doing right now. Why are you going into stores picking up things? What are you doing? How are you making money this way? How does this make sense?
Leave all that money on the shelf, you know. Fabulous product, Genesis, of course. You know, I took it and ran with it, and you know, you basically go out there, find something that is ranked pretty well and can make you a decent profit, and I mean, you take it and you literally flip it. I look at it kind of the same way people flip houses, except our stuff is a lot cheaper and a lot quicker, you know, and it doesn't require so much manpower. You know, I can literally go pick up something that is like this big, send it in, and, you know, flip it for double, triple, quadruple, even higher, you know, what I paid for it. And, you know, one of the good things is if you, I love all the products. I can't even say anything about it. I love Pro all the way up. You know, I went all in, and I went all in early on. And, you know, I rock out Genesis right now, but let me tell you, I'm still a power seller on eBay, and eBay is my baby right now. Okay, so, but I worked my account, I worked my butt off, got my account where it needed to be, and I'm focusing that same energy on Genesis right now. But I mean, wow. The stuff that you learn in the earlier products has taken my business in Genesis and completely, like, just threw it up there, okay? Because I use some of the tools and techniques that we're taught in Elite and in Unleashed, and I apply them to my Genesis training. And when I tell you that I'm bringing back some crazy profits off stuff that you wouldn't even believe, and that's all from just compounding previous trainings. So, I mean, the information is just out there for you. The training is out there for you. If you haven't clicked that little button down there just yet, then, I mean, pause the screen. You know, I can even be quiet for a minute and let you press that button, but press it. You know, that little button changed my life completely. Changed my life completely. Going to the DSD event that we had in May, I mean, I got to meet most of these wonderful women on this panel. It was awesome. Got to see Keisha get her big check. That was awesome. You know, and it's inspiration. And what people need to know is that you don't need $1 million to start this business. My first FBA shipment was $73. I spent $73 at the dollar store. Okay, this is pre-Target days. $73 at the dollar store. That bought me 73. I'm lying. It bought me 72 products because we pay taxes down here in Texas. So that brought me 72 products. Sent that off. I flipped it, and it didn't even take me a week and a half to flip that. Now your results may vary, okay? But if you do the work, you do the research, you do what you have to do, it's there sitting for you. It's all out there. Every time you go to a store, I don't care if it's a grocery store, a clothing store, a toy store, a pet store. I'll try to sell a dog on Amazon if I can. Don't make me sell it. Okay, but whatever store you walk by, you're going to start seeing these products as dollar signs. And when I tell you there's no greater thing than filling up a cart and knowing that that cart is not going to just affect your bank account in a negative way, it's going to affect it in a positive way. Ooh, I can't even tell you. This thing is, I love this thing.
So you're finding items from the dollar store. The dollar store.
I killed the dollar store. Me and my husband went out, okay? We went out, and I think we went to about 4 different dollar stores. And I felt so bad for the little checkout guys. I felt so bad I gave him time, okay? Because he had to go and individually scan every last item, okay? It was to the point where I felt that he should have given me a couple dollars too, because I was setting up my product so that he can get the barcodes, easily, or use his little gun without having to go through individually. And my husband's on the other end packing the bag. So we're doing this whole job for him, So this is the kind of things that you can do with this system. And like I said, people need to understand you don't need $1 million to start this. You don't need thousands and thousands of dollars to start this. Because a lot of people can get discouraged thinking that, oh, well, no, it's going to cost too much for me to get started. No, it doesn't. Click that button and find out. It does not. My very first shipment, $73. $73. And it didn't even have to be that much. I could have gone, a little bit less, but I got excited, so I filled up my cart.
Nikki, you said something when you first started that this was not the life you wanted to live when you were an accountant. You were, at this desk all day. And so what is the life that you wanted to live? And are you starting to live it now?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to be able to, get up when I choose. I don't like waking up early in the morning. I don't like my little alarm going off. I don't want nobody bothering me. If I want to get up and do what I want to do, when I want to do it, basically. If we want to get up in the middle of the day and just, go sit outside, go to the park, go to the lake, go anywhere. If I want to get up and actually take a trip, if I want to get up and go buy a plane ticket and fly somewhere, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, not have to ask for permission, and not have to penny pinch when I'm there. I want to be able to go out and have a good time, not sit back and say, oh, well, we shouldn't have gone to that restaurant, or tell my family, no, you can't buy that little trinket over there. You can't have that T-shirt with whatever city that we just went to. I don't want to have to say that, and that's what DS is giving me right now. And I can actually do that right now. I do have affiliate. I have a team, but I'll be honest with you, that hasn't been my main focus. My main focus was eBay, and it's now back onto Amazon. And I'm pushing it back to the affiliate side, so I'm trying to make this whole full circle thing. And, but even with not trying to be an affiliate, I brought in over $3,300 worth of commissions, and that's not trying, So imagine if I applied myself in that capacity. I'm kind of nervous about, well, I'm not nervous, I'll take it, but, I haven't even tried. And, that's what I'm starting to do now, is to start pushing my affiliate piece, because like Jen said, you're talking about multiple streams of income without having to go to multiple companies. That's a no-brainer. Hello.
Nikki, I swear, we're all going to be picking your brain, right? We're all going to be picking your brain in like 2 minutes. And so, Nikki, I just want to say thank you so much, because you have just been putting it out there that you can do this business in the way that you want to do it. Now, for those who may not understand what Genesis is our most recent product where we learn how to sell on Amazon FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon. And this is where the really big dogs play, like Nikki, where you find items that are like $1 and you send them into Amazon, and Amazon holds them, sells them for you, does the customer service. It's out of your hands, okay? And we show you how to do it in the training step by step, and there are 3 different ways you can make this happen. And Nikki finds it by going into stores and filling up her cart and her car with tons of items. Nikki, thank you so very much for being on. It's such a pleasure to see you. You guys, this is really simple, okay? It's a very simple business. People may think it's difficult, but it's not. It's really simple. The first thing you gotta do is click the join my team link right down below. And the second thing you need to do is to watch the training, because all of this happens when you watch the training. This is nothing like Mr. Excitement always says, we're not splitting atoms here. This is very easy to do. It really is about you and what you want. What you put into this business is what you get out. If you are willing to follow directions, if you're willing to be coachable, if you're willing to get in your car and find a $1 product and flip it for $20, $30, $40, you can do this business. But you have to make a decision first, and that is totally on you. It's up to you to make your life better, or it's up to you to let it just sit there and be the same. But these women here who have all made $10,000 from their homes made a decision. They made a $20 decision, and here there are at least $10,000 richer. So the next one on this panel I'm going to get, because I think you also need to hear another story about how the e-commerce side is really no joke. I'm going to bring up Yvonne here. Yvonne, I remember when I first heard you talking about selling on eBay, and you were doing some astronomical things, and you were like, I'm not even doing the affiliate side. But now even your affiliate side is like blowing up like gangbusters. So Yvonne, we really got to hear your story. Like, how did this happen for you? What brought you here, and how did you achieve this sort of success? Yvonne, are you there? Oh no, can we not hear Yvonne?
Okay. So,
yeah, I think I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, we did. Oh goodness. Oh, Yvonne. Oh, you're frozen. Okay. We're definitely going to come back to you. Whenever you come back, please come back so we can hear your story. But I'm going to move over to the woman with this fantabulous hairstyle here, Miss Rachel Kelly, who I also had the pleasure of meeting in Las Vegas, the encourager here. Rachel has such a heartwarming story about what DS Domination has done for her and her family, and I think so many of you will be able to resonate with what she's saying and what she's gone through. And Rachel, please tell us what DS Domination has done for you. How did you find us, and how is it affecting you and your family?
Wow, Val, that would take all night. But I'll give you the short version of it. Oh my goodness! When I first found DS, actually, I was my sponsor sent me the link, and I joined for my son, and he didn't do anything with it. I was totally opposite. I had no problem with paying the $19.95, but I went ahead and joined, and he didn't look at it. And so about third weekend, I said, you know what? I'm going to go look at this video before I cancel it, because I'm not going to be wasting my money. Yeah. So I went in, looked at the video and all the training, and I said, oh my gosh, this is a genius. A genius had to come up with something like this, to be able to sell on eBay and not have to stock products, because I did all that before. And I'm like, oh no, this is unbelievable. So then I got really excited, and I told my son, I said, you got to look at this. You got to look at this. And then I had him talk to Keisha, because I think he needed a little bit more encouragement. He finally, I think his first day, he listed an item, sold it. 3 days later, I listed an item, sold it. And the story has been phenomenal at that point in time. I mean, it's like it's almost like, I think I put in one of our group chats, it's like a dream, and I'm going to wake up real soon, and it's, you know, it's just a dream, you know. I just actually got back from taking for my birthday, like a whole entire, like Friday, I was like, I'm just going to celebrate me, you know, I'm just going to do what I want to do. So we just kind of got in the car. My daughter didn't know. She had been asking for a dog. Oh, let me tell you before that. Okay, before I went now, I was like, okay, my birthday present is I'm going to pay off my van. I tell you, I have a lot of DS stories, but I'm going to tell you my most recent one. I'm going to pay off my van because I want to be able to take the money that I pay my van for and invest it into campaigns so that I can bring more people to this business, because people need to hear about what we have here. So I wrote my check, and you guys know my story about paying off my van. Okay. and then we went. We got in the car, and my daughter didn't know it. I was going to surprise her and get her a dog. And so we went out, and I started out the trip, and it was just kind of like, we're going to just be adventurous. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know. I didn't reserve hotels like I normally do. I did absolutely none of that. I didn't care about how much money it was going to cost. I didn't care about where we were going to eat at. None of that mattered to me because I had the money. I didn't even care. So we stopped here. We stopped there. We went to water parks. We were all over the place. And then this morning, I said, baby girl, I got a surprise for you. What, Mommy? And I said, we're going to take you to go get your poodle. So $300 happily handed the lady to her hand. And we brought the dog home. So now we have a new member of our family. I believe his name is going to be Milo. So that was a short story, Val, of how DS Domination has changed my life.
Now, Rachel, I've had pets before, and I know, especially when you have a pet that you really take care of, like a dog or a cat, and you got to feed them and take them to the vet and all this other stuff, and that stuff requires money. Before you started DSD, were you in a position to be able to take on these extra things like having a dog as a pet, or going on vacation where you don't have to worry about the money, or being able to pay off your car? How many of us are in a tremendous amount of debt that we just cannot get from under? Were you able to even do any of these things before you started DS Domination?
Val, no, I wasn't. And the funny part is, when I took a picture of that, my statement for last month, it had like negative, where you know how you got to pay the late fee.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what? I want late fees. Where it was behind 2 months. I'm like, yes, no more. You know, it's all of that is gone. So no, I would not have been able to do that. No, that was actually one of the reasons why I was very hesitant. She had been asking us for a while for a dog. But, you know, like you said, it takes, you know, going to the vet, you know, it's a huge responsibility, and we didn't have that. So, and of course, I have it now, but she doesn't, well, she knows it because I've already told her, you're going to have to get on eBay and Amazon and make some money and be responsible and pay for your own dog. I mean, I don't mind helping, and I have the money, but it's just teaching her responsibility. So, yeah, I have it, but she's going to work it.
Amen to that. That's wonderful. So this is like, it's becoming a family business.
Yeah, she kind of got pulled in through the dog.
That's awesome. So you're doing this. I believe your son is doing this, and now your daughter is doing this.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's wonderful. I mean, you talk about teaching children early that they don't have to just go to school and just get a job. You can start very young and build something for yourself that, again, is a skill that you will forever have, that you can make money. So, Rachel, I love your story, and I love how things have changed for you. And I've seen pictures of you, and success looks amazing on you. And it's so great to have you on the panel and to share your story, how wonderful you and your family are doing. And thank you so much for being with us today. Yvonne, are we back?
Yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, Yvonne, please, please, please share with us exactly what you've been doing with DSD.
Okay, so you guys know I'm all about the pro and the elite level. I haven't even tapped into Genesis. I mean, I just did finally, but my story is all on the eBay side. As you guys know, I'm Yvonne Anderson, also known as Yvonne from Colorado, and I've been in the home business industry for the last 14 years, just trying to make things work. And when DS Domination fell into my lap, I had been looking for something that I could do that didn't require me to recruit anymore. I was so done with recruiting because I had a big team in several other programs, but they never could make any money. And so over here at DS Domination, my very first month, I did $2,500 on eBay, and I just went at it. I mean, people ask me, what is your secret right now for making these sales on eBay? And it's just no holds barred, just list. And so I just listed a ton of items. I hit the 10 grand a month back in January. So every single month I've been over 10 grand in profit on the eBay side. I just had my biggest month in May was 15.7. And then this month it looks like I'm gonna finish a little over 14 grand. eBay is awesome. But from what I hear, apparently I need to be moving on over to Amazon. And so when I started DSD, I was looking for something. I was like, what can I do? So when I got started, my first 5 months, I didn't tell a soul, okay? I just did it all by myself. I was so happy to finally find something I could do on my own by myself. And so in February, I made the decision to start sharing this, because how could I not? How could I find this and not share it with anybody? So I just went over the 10 grand mark on the affiliate side. I noticed it a few days ago. I looked, I was like, really? I'm on the leaderboard. I'm excited. I've brought in like 215 people so far. And what gives me joy about this whole thing is my cousins, my family, my friends telling me, Yvonne, my cousin Brenda, she sent me this message she's texted me, and she told me she had made $300 in sales. And you guys don't understand how happy that made me feel. Well, maybe you do understand, because all of you guys are affiliates. And so it just made me so happy to finally be able to share this with my family, my friends, just people in general need this. And so DS Domination has been a godsend to me. I'm looking forward to tapping into Genesis and just killing it on the eBay side. This has just been amazing, being able to have multiple streams of income, whether you want to recruit or not. DS Domination has just been crazy. Just the event, just hearing all the stories, it just is a pleasure to be here. Just being on this panel with you ladies, being a part of the Unit of Prosperity, it just doesn't get any better than this, you guys. It's been amazing.
Whoa. So Yvonne, okay. Again, your success, your results will vary because we cannot guarantee success. But Yvonne, here you are making 5 figures a month consistently, okay? What is it? You said that, okay, you know, the only thing you do is follow the training. Are there any other tips you can give our watchers, our viewers, how to even hit a fraction of that? Because for most people, I remember this statistic, with the housing crisis, when people were really losing their homes, that $500 could have made a difference in someone saving their home. So with Yvonne making $10,000, $15,000 a month, if you made a fraction of that, if you made a tenth of that, if you made an additional $1,000 to $1,500 a month, what would that do for you? What could it do for you? Imagine your life, how different it could be. I'm going to get you, Yvonne. But imagine how different your life can be with an additional $1,000, $1,500 a month. Would you pay off debt? Would you live in a better neighborhood? Would you send your kids to better places? Would you be able to save? What would you do? You have to take this opportunity to picture your life the way you want it to be, not the way that it is, because your struggle should not be your story forever. You are not put on this earth to struggle. You are put on this earth to thrive. And there is no reason why you cannot hear when you have these stories of so many people. And I'm sure I can look at the comment section and see how many of our team members are in there cheering us on, who are going through the exact same success process. It is really up to you here. There's a link down below. There's one button you need to click, and that's to join our team. That's it. It's really that simple. Now, we have someone on here who every time I listen to her speak, I swear I'm at church and I want to pass the collection plate, okay? And she has graced us with our presence tonight. Her name is Lakeisha, and I thought about Lakeisha so much this week. You would have thought what was happening to her was happening to me, because that's how much I was feeling her success. But I'm going to let you tell her story, because she's going to literally shut down this hang out with her story. If you don't believe that things can happen, if you don't believe that you are destined for something greater, if you don't believe you can go from a horrible situation to a situation where you feel blessed and inspired, then you've got to hear Lakeisha's story. Lakeisha, please tell us your story. What has happened to you? And please do not leave out what happened to you just last week.
Hello, Val. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I hope I can get my story out before my internet cuts out. I got a technician coming, but I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Keisha, for inviting me, and all of you lovely ladies. It is such a pleasure to even be in your midst. So I am most grateful and humbled. It's all started with me, Val. I joined DS Domination back October 15th of 2013, and I was busy living life that I did not pay it any attention until I came into a financial hardship with my job and was about to look for a second nursing job. And it was one of my nurse coworkers that had joined me from just listening to one of the hangouts. She had joined me with DS Domination, and she, said that she had made over $2,000 profit and was going to be able to pay her grandchildren's Christmas. So I'm like, wait a minute, $2,000, and I need to listen to stuff. So it was that thing that really jarred me and got my attention to really take a look at DS Domination, because for the last 16 years, I've been burned out as a nurse. As a result, I worked in over 30 plus hospitals just trying to create newness, just trying to feel some kind of relief, like I was doing something different, I guess. And, it was December, that first week that I listed my items, I made over $1,000, and results may vary. I made $1,000 after I chose to list, okay? And two of the items were my own, so 700 of it was clear profit. So I said I took that money at that time because I said, this system really works, and I felt that it was something easy enough for me to share with other people for them to work to have success. So at that point, I began to buy all the products. I upgraded as far as I could go at that point with my profit. So I was already in a financial situation, so I couldn't go to the bank. I had to wait until I made the money to upgrade to those items. So I was so happy with that, and I went through the probationary period as most of us had to endure, and it was just like when you get a job. You don't know if you're going to get a raise until after 90 days. You don't know if they're going to keep you until after 90 days. So with eBay, it's no different. We have to go through and prove that we are reputable. We have to prove that we are honest. We have to prove that we're not going to run with the people's money, basically, and rightfully so. So after I endured that, my very first sale was a $1,200 sale. It was $1,199, and I earned $600 profit off that one item. So it was that day that I made a decision that by July 1st, I was going to finally, after 16 years of crying and praying, I was going to be able to finally retire myself and fire my boss. Okay, so last Sunday, actually, I was at work, and I was working as charge nurse, and at that time, the house supervisor came over, and she was at the desk talking to me. I couldn't have my hands because I was sitting there typing, and she was like, well, what is that on your hand? And, I told her, I said, oh, yeah, I went to a wedding, so I had this little silvery polish on. We can't even wear nail polish as a nurse. So anyway, I was like, I said, well, this is nail polish, and she was like, well, we're not supposed to have that. And I said, well, I'm quitting. So anyway, I said, this is actually my last week. She was like, what? I mean, she said, oh my God, that was like a punch in the face. I said, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't get the memo. But however, today I went out to the nail tech. I took Mom and I said, let's go and pamper ourselves. It's my birthday week. So I went and got the loudest nail polish I could find. And it's at eBay and Amazon.
Oh my goodness.
Because now that I've retired myself, and I made this announcement at church as well, because, you know, there have been times that you wrestle with things that God puts on your heart, and you wrestle with it because for one reason or another, maybe you're trying to please man and not trying to please God, whatever the case may be. At that point, I was like, you know, I got to tell my church, my congregation about this, you know, because I'm on a mission to impact, empower, and inspire as many people as I possibly can. And I know so many people, the struggle is real. So I know so many people that could use an extra $200 or $500 or $1,000, like you just said, Valerie, that could possibly save them from foreclosure. You know, and the thing is, last year, this time I had no even a imagination that this would be what I was praying for. But sometimes when things don't come dressed like we think it should be dressed, looking like we think it should be looking, in the colors that we think we want, we kind of turn it down. So, you know, I made this announcement to the congregation, and I, you know, didn't want to be out of order. But again, I didn't want to spit in the face of God by not sharing this. So I knew that no matter who, you know, sometimes the elderly people, they are like set in their ways and they want everything to be point A, point B, and they don't want to deviate from the normal order of service. So anyway, I got up and I made the announcement and I felt good about it. And after church, the people were waiting to get my cards because they want to know how they can make an extra income, you know. So I'm just flat out excited. I'm glad to be here, glad to be, you know, in a business that finally I can make more than I invested to own the business. And I have team members that are superiorly winning. I have team members, we had our team call yesterday, and some gentlemen that are on my success line. These gentlemen had, like, one of them had 90 plus sales, never done anything on eBay, has not even been in the business but 2 months, and he had like 92 sales, you know. So again, he followed and applied the training, and he paid $20 to get started. So again, if you're sitting there and you're pondering and wondering what could possibly happen if I spend my $20, just consider it as an investment, okay? And invest in yourself. And you will not be sorry if you take advantage of the training and the leadership that we have right here on the bottom of your computer screen. This leadership right here with the unit of prosperity and the winning women is second to none. So you couldn't be in a better place right now.
Lakeisha, didn't I tell y'all were going to want to pass the plate after you listen to it? Because Lakeisha has so much passion for what she does. And Lakeisha, one question, when did you join DS Domination?
I joined October 15th, but I paid my money October 15th, but I joined December 2nd when I rewatched those videos and listed my item. That's when I joined.
So you joined December 2nd, and then you announced that you were quitting your job July 1st.
Yes.
7 months.
Yep, 7 months. And I couldn't even wait 7 months. I just said, you know what, let me just let it go. I didn't even make it the 7 months. I just, you know, said what? I got to step out on faith because there's so many people that I need to impact, empower, and inspire. And today my mom was even telling me, because I had a customer who was writing me saying that she had an autistic child and the child wanted a blue bike. And I had a bike for sale, you know, and I had it shown in burgundy and in blue. And she was like, my son is autistic, so please try to get it in blue. So I'm like telling my mom, I'm finding it at my vendor, and it was out of stock. So I told my mom, I'm like, I'm gonna go to a couple of stores and find this lady a blue bike. She was like, see, that's what that's who you are. So you still want to help people, and I do.
Oh, Lakeisha, thank you so very much for hopping on here and just literally just laying it out for people about what can happen within 6 months. Of course, your results will vary, but in 7 months, Lakeisha quit her job. Everyone, we are at the end of our hangout. It has been an hour of tremendously moving, inspirational, motivational stories. Here was Lakeisha, burnt out, stressed out, and now she's living a life of freedom. How many of you are burnt out, stressed out, feel like you can't take it anymore, you're at your wit's end, you don't know what else to do? I got something for you to do. There's a button for you to click, and the rest is totally up to you. This is something you can share with your church, something you can share with your family, your kids. It doesn't matter. Make this a family business. Make this whatever you want it to make it, but you have to make a change. It's always up to you. Change is never easy, but look at what you can get. You can be on a panel with women, with men too, because we have other hangouts, who are making money that is changing their lives, not only their families, but the lives of others who joined them along the way in this business. So I want to thank you all so much for spending the time with us tonight. And on Tuesday, for those of you who want a step-by-step blueprint of exactly what we do to make these type of incomes, you need to get back with the person who invited you to this event tonight and get their link so you can see for yourself step by step what you can do to change your life for the better. Results will vary. Average people make excuses, but the people who are above average, you're here tonight, you're watching this video, you're watching this hangout, and this is the opportunity for you. We will see you on Tuesday or at the next hangout with us. Have an awesome Sunday.